Time out. An adventure for you. The corridor of the large space station was indigo blue, and an intruder shrill alarm blasted throughout the station. The corridor flashed intermittent red warning lights. Jan pushed Buddy and his sister Kelly downstairs. Small at 11 years old, Buddy couldn't stop shaking in fear. His glasses slid down his red nose. Tears came to his brown eyes. His messy long hair got in his face. Kelly, at 15, couldn't stop screaming and was holding her ears from the loud alarm. Then she started squeezing her long hair. She was high-strung, nervous, tight, and guarded. Jan, in her late 30s, was very attractive, but sloppy and expressive. Her mischievous large blue eyes were rolling around in awe. "Where's Rand?" Kelly exclaimed. Jan peered at her. "Do you still insist on staying here?" Shaking their heads, Kelly and Buddy couldn't stop shaking. And hearing a deep breathing, they all stiffened and didn't move. They stepped down the last step, looking around cautiously. A large shadow of a tall creature came around the corner. "Then come on," Jan insisted, and pulled Buddy with her, and Kelly followed them. "Where is everyone?" Buddy snapped without his normal stutter. "Staying home. Rand is on one floor down. Let's go." Jan led them down the corridor and to another staircase. They noticed the back of a big dark blue creature running around the corner. Donna rushed out of an open door and collided with Jan. "Jan," she gulped hard. Donna was the children's aunt. In her early 40s, she was heavy-set, slow, and lazy. They all screamed. "What's going on?" "Alien invasion!" crying Kelly wiped her nose. "Time out, time out, time out!" Donna put her hands together in a T formation. "Rand's ship is this way." With Buddy in tow, Jan ran on. Passing an elevator, the door opened and Ward stepped in with a rifle in hand, and they all screamed again. Puffing hard, their breathing and hearts stopped, they thought. "Ward!" Donna gulped, relieved to see the 45-year-old husky man. She was attracted to him. Then a large, sleek, sticky, upright creature rushed around the corner at them, and growling, they saw his large mouth and fangs. Kelly couldn't stop screaming, and crying, Buddy grabbed Donna, hugging her. Quickly, Ward shot at the creature, but it had no effect. With large red eyes, the creature flung his shiny blue arm and hand, hitting Ward against the wall. He fell unconscious, with blood seeping from his head. "Ward!" Donna screamed and wanted to be with him. She really liked him, but Jan grabbed her back. "No! You still want to stay here, Donna?" Turning her head to her, Donna stared at Jan, fighting her tears and fears. They all ran down the corridor, and Jan stopped at a port and looked out the circular window. "He's gone." Blinking surprise, Jan turned to them. "What?" Kelly snapped, worried, squeezing her long hair. "He left us," Buddy cried. "He left us." "Oh, God." Covering her mouth, Donna's eyes were rolling around, scared. "What do we do now?" They all turned to Jan. "We got to get out of here," Kelly insisted, pulling her long brown hair. And blinking at a loss, Jan shook her head. Can you call him back?" Donna begged. Nodding, Jan ran around the corner and upstairs. At the top of the stairs, they stumbled. Jan picked herself up in front of the dark blue creature. He picked her up and shoved her down the corridor, and she landed hard on her back and then rolled over and didn't move. Blood started to seep out of her head. In terror, Donna, Buddy, and Kelly couldn't move. "Oh, my God!" Donna couldn't stop shaking or sweating. The creature backed them over to the staircase, and the three of them ran upstairs. "I'm sorry, you guys," Donna sniffled. They huddled together. "I didn't mean what I said about me staying and you going back." Then Doc Gilbert, a spry, thin 80-year-old, rushed down the stairs to them. "Doc Gilbert!" Kelly looked at him, wiping tears off her chubby, pale cheeks. "I thought you guys left with Rand." He left us without us," Buddy was rambling. And Doc perked up, remembering something. "He probably just left. Come on. Maybe we can call him back." They all nodded in agreement, and Doc waved his arm for them to follow him. They ran up the stairs to the control bridge of the space station. The room was long and narrow, with a huge viewing screen. Several people were at the controls. A woman saw Doc, and they signaled each other. She flicked a couple of switches, and outside the viewing screen, they saw a fight going on in space between small fighter ships. They chased and fired at each other. "Oh, my God, we've been invaded," Kelly cried. And Doc stepped up behind a man and clutched his shoulders, and they nodded. Sam, can you call Bran back? I'm busy, Doc. His voice sounded irritated. We have an invasion going on here. Please, Kelly begged, folding her hands in prayer. I want to go home, Buddy cried. The kids, please, let the kids go back, Donna added. Pouting irritated, Sam flicked a switch on his panel. Ran D44, come in. Yes, Sam, what is it? Rand's voice was answered. Come back and pick up your passengers. They'll never make it to level 5. Doc shook his head, sure. What? Van's voice was high in confusion. I thought... Tell him to dock at port 14, Doc suggested. Sam covered his expressive face of a smile. Get back here, Rand. Dock in port 14. I don't understand, Rand replied. What's going on? We're busy, Sam snapped. Get back here and pick up your passengers. I thought they were on board. Rand's voice became irritated. Now! Watching the fight outside, Donna yelled, grabbing Kelly and Buddy. Trembling, Kelly was squeezing her hair and Buddy was bobbing up and down nervously. Maybe we should evacuate? Sam looked over at the man in the captain's chair. Not yet. Maybe we can beat these bastards. Send Bert and his men around the back to come in from the left flank. The captain clutched his armchairs. He bit his lip to stop a smirk, and Doc nodded and urged the 3 of them to follow him. The future's no fun, Donna screamed. Only 2 days here, and this is what happens? Then husky-strong 16-year-old Mark stumbled around the corner. Exhausted, his forehead and mouth was bleeding. Sweating, he looked at Kelly and collapsed on the floor. Recognizing Kelly's eyes were wide. Mark! She rushed to him, but Donna tried to grab him back. Kelly fought her and wanted to help him. She liked him and thought it was cute. His body didn't move. Time out, Kelly screamed. I want to go home. No, Doc screamed at Kelly. Come on. They headed down the stairs. They heard snarling and growling around the corner, and Kelly jumped and followed them around the corner. Donna tripped on a rifle on the floor and grabbed it up. They followed Doc down the corridor to a porthole. He's coming. Doc was looking out the window. Trembling in fear, Buddy and Kelly jumped up and down, wanting to see out the porthole. Gulping, Donna clutched the rifle and stiffened in fear. Hurry up, hurry up! But he couldn't stop shaking. Watching out the window, they watched Rand's ship dock in a port. Doc opened the door and held out his hand to Donna for the rifle. And they heard growling getting louder. Donna stared at him. I'm sorry, Doc. I'm not a very good mother. She shook her head. When my brother, Charlie, and Sarah died, I had to take the kids. It's okay. Just love them, he told her. Kelly and Buddy quickly went in, and staring at Doc, Donna nodded and backed through the door into the spaceship. Sighing, Doc breathed deeply with a small smile coming over him. He put the rifle down. Inside the spaceship, Donna, Buddy, and Kelly huddled together on a small built-in sofa. A small built-in kitchen lined the side wall, and the ship started to move. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. Donna hugged them. I blew it. I do love you two so much. He left us, Kelly sniffled. I don't like the future. But he had lost his stutter that started when his parents died. He's not a very nice man. I thought I loved him. Donna had Buddy in a tight hug. So did I. Kelly looked at Donna. They did look a lot alike. I'm sorry for calling you names. It's okay. Donna wiped Kelly's long hair out of her face. I hate him. Buddy pouted. Married to an alien? He's no fun. And a half-breed son. Kelly pursed her lips. The future sucks. We'll fix this somehow. Donna wasn't sure what to do. I shook her head at a loss. We need to check out our neighbors after this. Good looks don't make the man. And nodding, Kelly smiled at Donna. We judged him too quickly. Don was their neighbor. Jealous of each other, Kelly had a crush on Rand, and Donna loved him, and Buddy thought he was an alien. A few minutes later, Rand sat in his chair in the control room in the small spaceship home. The dull gray room had scenic pictures of space around on the walls. At 35 and handsome, Rand was conceited and an egotist. He watched out the viewing screen showing the Earth in the distance. He heard some slow steps coming up the stairs behind him. Rand knew it was Buddy. He waited for him to come close. Hi, Buddy. Pouting, Buddy's brown eyes furrowed in anger. His stare was hard on Rand. Sniffling, he wiped the tears away. "You're not very nice." And Rand peered at him. "I see you've lost your stutter." "Yeah, I'm not afraid of you." He clenched his fist. And the beeping sound startled Buddy, making him jump. And Rand picked up a phone receiver and heard his sister, Jan. "Rand, we need to talk. Are you alone?" Just a minute." He looked at Buddy. "Buddy, will you get my watch off my bedstand and get us something to drink from the fridge?" Shrugging, Buddy flapped his arms and went back downstairs. "Okay." Rand flipped his communications unit on and Jan appeared on the viewing screen. "What the heck is going on? You told me they were on board when I left." And Jan made faces, screwing up her mouth. "Sorry, I lied." She shrugged and wiped some blood off her mouth, and then she took a small capsule out of her mouth. "That's what I get for taking acting lessons. Your problem should be solved." Confused, Rand wrinkled his nose. "What? Sis, what did you do?" "I staged a little play. When you told me about your problems with Kelly, Donna, and Buddy Freeman, I got an idea." The screen panned out, and Doc, Gilbert, Ward, and Mark stepped into view with Jan. She was sitting in a chair, and they were standing behind. They all wiped the blood off themselves and smiled at Rand. "It was partly my fault, too," Doc Gilbert added. "I told them you married an alien and have a son." "I told him it was Brad." Jan looked up at Doc standing near her. "What?" Rand snapped at them. "Jan, you didn't." Jan nodded as the alien creature stepped into view behind them. Then another creature stepped in view from the other side, behind the much shorter humans. "Oh, no. I thought Doc said it was Brad." It was their older brother that had married a vegan. Squinting, Rand studied the creatures carefully as they patted the humans on the head in friendship. "Is that Ouija and Binder?" Rand asked. "Yeah," Ward added. "Say hi for me." Rand smiled and sighed. "Well, I'll be damned." Rand started laughing. "Hey, little brother. What did you do to them?" "Nothing. Absolutely nothing," he insisted. And Jan cocked her head at him. "Maybe that's the problem. Stop being so stuck up and self-righteous. You got to think about other people for a change. You jump to conclusions and overreact to everything, so stop judging them," Jan insisted, groaning. Rand shook his head and sighed, laughing. She was right about him. He had been alone for a long time. "Oh, by the way," Doc Gilbert added, "I checked Earth's archives. Buddy's great-great-grandson is Philip Norstrand." They all remembered Phyllis Norstrand was the scientist that designed and built the space station they lived on in 2203. And Rand heard Buddy's footsteps coming upstairs, and he shut the screen off. "Have a seat. We're going through the time portal now." Thanks for watching. Come back again. And remember, don't judge your neighbors too quickly.